Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the brand I Am Custom Color. So I do have their CrabFest collection as well as their Leo Duo. The CrabFest collection is available July 18th and the Leo Duo is available now. In the description box below, I will link the I Am Custom Color site, I will link their Instagram page, and I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. So we have a total of 8 polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So starting with the Leo Duo, we have Leo, and this is described as a soft yellow gold hollow. So here's our first coat of Leo. And this goes on really opaque. It's not entirely opaque, so I am going to go in for a second coat. Formula on this is really good, easy to work with, very smooth to apply. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but it's that thickness where it stays right where you put it. You don't really have to manipulate this one very much. So here is our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. This one is going to dry down dull, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off. Nothing in here is going to dry super textured. It doesn't dry super smooth either, so you will want a top coat for that reason as well, but nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove. So there is 2 coats. And then we have the Lion, and this is described as a packed gold flaky, and then there are little bits of hollow in this as well. Here's our first coat of the Lion. So this one is pretty sheer on this first coat. This could definitely double as a topper if you are interested in wearing it that way. Formula on this is very smooth though, not too thick or too thin, no running or pulling, very easy to apply. Here's our second coat, and that's starting to build up in 2 coats. Not entirely opaque though, so I am going to go in for a third coat. You get a good amount of glitter out without having to hold it upside down or, double dipping or swirling your brush or anything like that. Nothing in here is too chunky where you're going to be fishing for glitters. If you didn't want to apply 3 coats of this to get full coverage, you could definitely use the sponging method on this one, but I did reach pretty much full coverage here in 3 coats. This one is going to dry pretty textured, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off, and it is going to take a little bit of scrubbing to remove. So there is 3 coats. And moving on to the CrabFest collection, here we have Tree Crabs, and this is described as a teal jelly, and it has hollow flakies, ultra chrome chameleon flakies, and chameleon glitters. This was originally released in spring of 2017. So here's our first coat of Tree Crabs. This one is pretty sheer here on this first coat. It does cover nice and evenly though. You get a good amount of flakies out without, again, having to do any kind of swirling or fishing for them. And it also covers nice and evenly. The flakies cover nice and evenly. They spread out evenly. That's the word I was looking for. So this does build up to opacity in 2 coats for me. You could definitely go in for a third coat and maximize those flakes. This one's going to dry a little textured. You will want a glossy top coat or a matte top coat to finish this off, and it will take just the slightest bit of scrubbing to remove, so there is 2 coats. Up next we have Crabs, and this is described as a real jelly polish packed full of flakies and hollow, and this was originally released in the summer of 2016. Here's our first coat of Crabs. So this is a true jelly. It is pretty sheer here on this first coat. Formula is easy to work with though. I didn't have, again, any kind of running or pulling or staining with this one. Unlike the last one though, this one doesn't cover super evenly, so you will want to build this one up as evenly as possible. Here's our second coat, and that covers pretty well, but the color can deepen up a little bit, and I did still have a couple light patches, so I am going to go in for a third coat. You get a great amount of these flakies out with, again, no swirling or fishing for them. So here's our third coat, and that does cover completely in 3 coats. This is going to dry down dull and slightly textured, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off, or a matte top coat. And removal is pretty easy with this one. It's going to take a little scrubbing, but nothing bad. So there is 3 coats. Up next we have Crabulous, and this is one of their new polishes. This is described as a magnetic that is a deep eggplant purple with a strong blue magnetic pull. This is also full of a scattered hollow. Here's our first coat of Crabulous. This one does cover pretty well here on this first coat, obviously not entirely opaque. I am going to go in for a second coat. With my magnetic polishes, I do like to kind of make sure my base is pretty opaque before I magnetize the polish, because it will pull some of the pigment from other places on the nail and kind of make bald spots otherwise. So this is opaque in 2 coats for me. This is going to dry down pretty dull, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off. I did hold that magnet there for about 15 seconds per nail, but obviously cut that short. This one is also going to dry just the slightest bit textured, so you will want a top coat for that reason as well, but nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove. So there is 2 coats. The other new polish for this year is called Rainbow Crabs, and this is a packed full of rainbow iridescent flaky polish and a red to gold to green ultra chrome chameleon magnetic flaky. Here's our first coat of Rainbow Crabs. So this one is pretty sheer here on this first coat. Formula is good and easy to work with though. I didn't have any running or pulling with this one either. This one is primarily made of these little magnetic flakes. So rather than the pigment being magnetic, all of your magnetic pull will come from those flakes. This is building up well in 2 coats. Again, I like my base to be a little bit more opaque with magnetics, so I am going to go in for a 3rd coat before I magnetize this. This one is going to dry down pretty dull and a little textured, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off. So here's our 3rd coat, and that does cover completely in 3 coats for me. This one for removal is going to be pretty difficult, so just bear that in mind. I would recommend a peel-off base coat if you only plan on wearing it for a couple of days. Otherwise, you will want pure acetone when removing this one. So there is 3 coats. And then the last one I have to share with you today is called Magic Crabs, and this is a green to red flaky packed multi-chrome polish that originally released in the summer of 2018. There is one more polish in this collection called Crab Nebula that originally released in the spring of the end of 2017, I'm sorry. But I couldn't find it in my collection, and she didn't send a backup one of it, so I will at the end of this put in a swatch photo of my original swatch of it. But this one is Magic Crabs. So here's our first coat of Magic Crabs. And this one is a little bit sheer here on this first coat. Formula is very smooth and easy to work with though, a little bit on the thicker side, but it's that thickness where it stays right where you put it. You don't have to worry too much about manipulating this one. This is also, you do get a good amount of these like flakes out, so it is very easy to apply those flakes and they lie nice and evenly across your nail. Here's our 2nd coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats. This one's going to dry down dull, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off, but nothing in here should dry textured and nothing in here should be difficult to remove. So there's 2 coats. So my favorite of everything is Crabs. This is very deep on the nail. It's very like 3-dimensionally, very oceanic. You can see through to each layer with all those flakies, and it is gorgeous built up on its own. So Crabs is my favorite. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.